Hello, English 116. So for this week, we started looking at how to structure the two-person 10-minute play. And what we focused on was that at the core of the two-person 10-minute play is a conflict. And so what you want to start with, or get to before you start writing at least, is a conflict where two characters both want something that they can't both have. So we looked at one play in which the girl wants to break up and the guy does not want to break up. The guy wants them to stay together. They cannot both get their way. They cannot both have what they want. It is impossible to break up and stay together at the same time. In the other play that we looked at, the woman wants the man to be held accountable for what he did, and the man wants not to be held accountable for what he did. He wants his actions to have no consequences. She wants his action to have consequences. These things cannot both happen. Either there are consequences or there aren't. So when you are putting together, when you're thinking of your characters, try to create a conflict, or well, actually, you have to create a conflict in which they cannot both get what they want. Their desires have to be mutually exclusive, meaning only one of them can get it. Then what drives the play forward is the strategies, right? So if character one wants this thing and character two wants this thing, right? Character one or character two has to try to persuade the other character to get his way, right? And the other character has to try to persuade this character that they're going to get their way, right? And so this is really what drives the play forward, is them trying different strategies to get what it is they want. And then usually the play concludes when one or the other gets what they want. So start working on your play proposal. You should come up with two characters. You should roughly know their age, their gender, their profession. You don't need much more than that unless it's important to the play itself, but really focus on the conflict, right? What is it that the character wants that the other character does not want, and they can't both get their way? Keep working on your stories. At this point, you should have received my comments on your short story proposal. If you have not, or if you're not sure about what to do with your story proposal, submit it or email me or come to my office hours. But you should be writing your short story at this point and getting ready to submit it. I have included 3 things with the short story with the short story assignment in Blackboard. One is a template that you can just use to type in. It's all formatted for you. The second is formatted dialogue. I took an old student story with some incorrectly formatted dialogue and I corrected it so you can see what it's supposed to look like. And the rubric, how you're being graded, right? So look at the rubric before you start. Look at the rubric and sort of figure out where you're fitting in it and then start writing. And if you work with the Writing Center, it's a good idea to bring the rubric to them so that they can see what it is that I'm asking for. Because I am asking for a very specific, what I'm doing in this class is I'm giving you some very foundational structures. You do not have to write this way for the rest of your life. But these are basic ways of structuring stories and plays that will serve you well if you learn them. Okay, so work on the play proposal, work on the story, and I will see you on Tuesday.